Name,
Welcome back
Sonic.
to FIFA 19.
Sonic the
Journey
Hedgehog.
so far. Sonic,
It's supposed to be your name's Alex.
USA women's team advanced to the World Cup after knocking out host
I don't know
nation
what you're
France.
talking about, Shiroy. I'm just your guest starring on this totally awesome
Kim was
sports
visited by
game.
Alex and his agent. Kim showing that she cares only for the game, not the media.
Totally.
Kim was also offered the agent's services, but I'm sure that won't come up again. But Danny's poor performance against Roma resulted in his first substitution.
What's actually this track?
And while he more than made up for it in the return leg to advance in the Champions League with Cardiff,
Oh, I've heard this one from
SA1
somewhere.
really sad theme.
Oh yeah. It's around the
Finding
sad
out that
moments.
Ringa not only stole money to the point of leaving Danny in bankruptcy, but the realization that he was always a terrible friend left Danny saddened.
Oh.
So, okay, I wonder. So is the story going to do anything with this revelation and have Danny build off of it? Or is that pretty much just all we get out of Ringo in this story?
It will serve as more motivation for Danny to win the Champions League.
I guess, but that kind of feels like just a sour thing to do to Danny. Like, and I'll say this, at least with Gareth, we got, the satisfaction of kicking his butt to the curb, defeating him on national television and everything. Not just in the first game, but also getting to pretty much feed his pride to him again in the second game. Again, I mean...
It doesn't have that we don't know much about Ringo for this case. There's not enough build-up.
Like, honestly, it feels just like the world is taking a dump on Danny during his plot here. His brother's constantly giving him grief, and supposedly his only friend, apparently before Alex, Ringo was literally his only friend, was a terrible person and gets off scot-free because nobody can think to contact the police or get a lawyer. Seriously, he committed theft. Report the crime and act on it.
No, to be honest, Joe, I don't fancy FIFA 19, the Journey 3.5, Danny's Day in Court.
Oh, okay. All of us saying
What are you talking about, Dwibs? That would be awesome.
It would be, but honestly, Dibs, I mean, think about it, though. I mean, it would be nice to see Danny do it. I mean, unfortunately, it just makes Danny seem all the more foolish that he doesn't take action about this. Unless it's his pride, and, well, there's nothing that suggests that he's so prideful that he wouldn't press charges.
Okay.
Okay.
So what football master are we up against?
Borussia Dortmund, man.
There's literally a Mega Man power-up, which is literally him playing soccer with a bomb.
Why not? Wasn't there an actual spin-off that was in Round Football with Mega Man?
Yes.
Let me check.
Yeah, Mega Man. Funny enough, the game was called Mega Man Soccer.
This reminds me of also that time when in Inazuma 11 you can literally challenge Leighton and his crew in a soccer match.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to beat them. Sorry, Leighton. I'm sure Leighton took his loss well, though.
There we go. Mega Man Soccer for the Super Nintendo.
There we go.
Oh, it was only released in America, Dwibs. This is probably why it wasn't called football in Europe, because it never came to Europe.
Oh. Alright, okay.
Well, let me guess, it came to Europe eventually in collections.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, Jova.
Doesn't seem to.
Europe has never really been a Mega Man-looking continent.
Huh. Yeah, true. That's more so been a thing for Sonic over there, honestly.
That's why we got those. That's partly why we got those weird, different logos for the Mega Man games during the mid-2000s. That was an attempt to try and boost the series' popularity here in Europe.
And those logos were terrible. Like, even more terrible than the bad box art Mega Man of the American covers.
It's funny, Jova, because bad box art, if I recall correctly, there are European exclusive bad box art Mega Mans.
Wow.
Borussia Dortmund are one of the top sides in Germany. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
it shows here, but
And that's game.
Yep.
well, part 1 of the game.
There you go, Joe. I found one. The European cover of Mega Man 3, for some reason, has it's straightforward a bit, with Mega Man and the heads of a robot master staring at him. But then, in like splitting in the middle of the screen, there's this very terrifying head of Dr. Wily. For some reason, it's very frightening.
Which cover are we talking about?
Mega Man 3, European cover.
Reminds me of the Wily Wars cover, which Europe got exclusively for some goddamn reason.
Well, physically, at least. You got it through the Sega channel.
Yeah, believe it or not, folks, even back then, internet-based gaming was kind of a thing.
Even Australia got it physical.
I'm surprised that they haven't properly
Alright, what's next?
Wily Wars these days. Oh.
Trading. Well, after looking at some Twitter. Come on.
Come on, come on.
Again, spoilers, guys.
When the chips are down, at Mr.
Of
Alexander
course,
is fully
Alexander's
collected.
cool. Even the game's picked up on it now.
About time.
Anyway, training day.
Dribble in, gentlemen. Show us why you deserve to pull on the white shirt.
I didn't even know you knew about that game, Dwibs.
What game are you referring to?
Tales of Berseria, this is the battle theme.
Yeah, again, I was running out of series, so...
Oh, no, I know that, Dwibs, you already told us, but I didn't know that you actually found out about this one, like... you just randomly typed RPG battle theme or something? Yeah, I might have, actually.
Geez, at this rate, you'll probably end up using tracks from Fossil Fighters Champions or... Fossil Fighters Frontier.
Yeah, Alex has no weaknesses.
But yeah, if you want a battle theme that is not maybe super memorable but very consistent, look no further than Motoi Sakuraba.
It's funny, given some of his remixes, huh?
Cutscene.
Oh, hello.
Uh-oh. It's a darkly lit room, illuminated by the sunset.
You're fired. Even if you took care of our team, you're fired.
You are not Alex Hunter.
Jesus Christ.
Only
The
soccer
wartime
players are allowed in here.
Okay, it's like this staying in this team feels more like being in a prison for everyone.
All right.
What do you see?
A wall.
A wall? High five, I guess.
Trophies.
Then go talk to a wall.
History. Success.
Pretentiousness.
Yeah.
It is the foundation on which this
You didn't really show that much so far.
Yeah.
players go. But a team that is a family is
It's about family.
Actually, yeah, Tio just raised a good point. Whereas with the other games, Alex was all about bonding with his team, we haven't really seen much scenes of him.
It's kind of the
bonding with
opposite.
his
This team is very cold. It's like repulsive against him.
Oh.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Whatever business we have off the pitch, it must never impact.
So, okay, that's the thing, it hasn't. At least as far as what we've been shown, like, is the...
So, for the third time in a row, poor Alexander is saving this team ass and
on
is getting
the
punished
bench.
for it.
What did he do?
So we
That
don't get
was
to play the
wrong.
second leg.
He can't do that. I've never let anyone down.
He really hasn't.
Is that how it seems to you?
That's how it is.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
We think differently.
It's something when the fiery response,
Okay,
sane one.
this is
Yeah,
a.
he was like, he pretty much just said, "Are you a dummy right now?"
No, the thing is, like, just like Alex, just let them shoot themselves in the foot.
Each game in La Liga.
Like, they'll learn the hard way.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said before, this is one problem I do have with the Journey series. It really does feel at times like the gameplay does not affect the story, like, at all. Because, like, I've seen nothing gameplay-wise to suggest that Alex has not been acting professional. Maybe at best you could say, oh, some interviews or whatnot he hasn't done the best, but that's never really been one to affect how stuff has been doing. Like, and there's been nothing story-wise to suggest that his business off of the pitch has been affecting his performance on the pitch. And like Alex
I
said,
argue
he hasn't let
the
anyone
second game
down.
handled things a bit better. So I argue because there was this bit, but it wasn't too long. It was handled, and there was the more not realistic, but the more understandable moment where Alex actually got an injury as a result, and so his actual, getting back into the game was actually more gradual and more justified. Here, we're back at the problems of the first game.
Yeah, it is kind of a shame, too. Like I said, I'm not going to act like this story is horrible, but it does feel like it is regressing to a lot of the problems. Like, again, we've got stuff where it feels like your choices or actions don't really seem to matter. And unfortunately, there's some added problems here. Again, the way the story intertwines with each other doesn't mesh well. Like, again, so it seems all the more contrived that Alex is just doomed to be that selfish guy that shows up in his sister. Oh crap!
Kim, I think.
Yeah, Kim. Yeah. Like, let's not forget, in Kim's campaign, apparently he's going to succumb to what everyone feared he would and become selfish, but then apparently they'll be on talking terms later anyway, so I don't know. But again, nothing in the story seems to be hinting at him actually becoming that. It's just players or characters saying, oh, you're supposedly letting this affect you, but it's not shown. Like, it's one of the worst cases of telling but not showing.
Oh, really? This?
Oh.
It's from the Harry Potter
Yeah.
games.
Oh, right. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Is this from the
Funny-
third one?
No, the first one.
First.
Funny tidbit,
Oh.
I had the PC version, but since my PC was kind of shitty back in the day, this was played during the bit where you had to chase Draco Malfoy on the broom, like on the outskirts, because you stole like something from Neville. The problem is that if you don't, I mean, PC was instated, but if you didn't finish the match during the second lap, the game will crash all the time. So basically, I had to get good, otherwise the game would not continue.
Anyway, guys, we're about to come full
Oh, wait,
circle.
hold on. So now you're saying that Alex did good by you guys? What the hell?
Let me guess, in this one, the coach compliments you and makes you reinstate back.
No, guys, remember when we first saw Alex at a bit of a dip?
Yes.
Oh, now we're about to see this from his perspective.
Wait.
Yes.
So now we're gonna see him acting like a... Okay, let's see what they do with
That's
this.
because he's on the bench, I guess. This looks like a Godfather shot.
It does.
First, second, and
Oh my god, all of these three are terrible.
Good, my man. Oh, where'd you get that?
what did your last servant die of?
Damn.
Okay, and now his mom is pissed at
Rio
him?
has been pestering me
What?
about a follow-up interview.
Well, I mean, he's more than capable of getting up
Hey,
for
nerd.
himself.
I think we can get you that player feature next week after the interview for sports.
Maybe we can do them both at the same time. They're only gonna ask me the same questions anyway.
Alex, you need to build a rapport with your journalists. Every answer you give
Okay,
needs to
this
feel like
wasn't
an
in the
exclusive.
Kim version of the
This relationship is
cutscene.
vital to strengthening your brand.
Well, yeah, we're seeing things from his perspective, so we hear a bit more of the dialogue that he had.
Hello, sister. Kath, we're trying to finalize Alex's...
Oh, God. That...
Showing
Look
up
at
at
her
the airport,
face.
foreign city, you nowhere to be seen. Didn't anybody in your entourage think to remind you?
Huntrash.
Oh my god.
Come on, chill.
Really?
I forgot if it was mentioned already in the King segment, but this deadline is pure cringe.
You need to sort your priorities out.
Yeah, seriously, Alex. It's pretty much clear that this team is not for you. Quit this shit now.
I think what's annoying about this is that now, even with the context of Alex's campaign, this scene comes the fudge out of nowhere.
No, I actually can see where this is coming from, but the problem is that as a plot point is very, very one-sided. This kind of situation will present with an idea that the team is actually appealing, the entourage team is very appealing to Alex, and they might have a good point, but he's essentially getting, in from the temptation. And instead, the Maverick is the voice of reason. The problem instead, it's pretty much clear that the entourage team are a bunch of cartoonish dickheads who have no care for Alex and only care about his presentation. Alex is clearly not having on this shit, but for some reason he has his hands tied constantly. And when of course the mother objects, so you will immediately side with her.
Okay. Another problem is this, though. The choices that Dwibs have made have suggested that Alex values family first, remember? As far as Dwibs is chosen, he wants...
Oof.
Oh. He left her at the airport? Okay, that's another extra added detail, Dick, but...
Well, okay, the mother mentioned it beforehand.
Right now, and I guess I got caught up in all
Wait, are they about to solve the whole Alex being a dick thing?
Apology accepted. If
Dwibs?
you come
Sorry?
with us,
Is this them
Go ask
basically
the
solving...
question.
I'll play you for it.
Oh, because you read that.
I win.
Is this them basically solving the Alex is a dick to Kim problem?
Well, basically, we're going to solve it in a children's
You're
football
in.
game.
Has to be on the ground to score.
Okay, so why didn't they include this in Kim's campaign? That would have explained why she and Alex are cool.
And would have actually given more content
My
to
guess
the
is
campaign.
this takes place after that cutscene.
But it still involves Kim.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we can play as Alex or Kim.
Play as Alex, because honestly,
Wait.
No, I'm gonna play
I
as
think
Kim.
I think Kim should be played in this section.
Your mistake.
True, I guess.
Because Alex has been a twat, so he deserves it.
But that's
Like I said, Jova, sure, the entourage team has been made of idiots, but Alex did not have the spine to reject them so far.
Okay, I think again the
The only
issue...
time he has was when he went with his mum side over there.
Well, that's my point, though. We haven't really gotten much scenes where you do get to decide, or, any scenes that really suggest that he's been ignoring his family over the entourage. Like, every scene that Dwibs has gotten a chance, also they're watching, why?
That's creepy.
That's the thing. Every story chance that Dwibs has gotten, he's chosen stuff that would suggest that Alex still does care for his family, so... I mean, again, I feel like what the game needed was more of these decisions and, again, change it to properly reflect that. Or have more scenes without the player's consent where Alex does blow off his family. But no, unfortunately, I feel like we're more told than shown this. Also, that's gravel you're playing on, so falling on that has gotta hurt.
Yeah, also, what's the number that's on top of the player? 29.
I think that's like his shirt number.
Interesting.
But yeah, okay. But yeah, seriously, though, like Tio said, though, well, like me and Tio have said...
Oh no, I scored in the wrong area.
You scored on yourself.
An own goal.
And that was a deliberate one, too, so damn.
Oh no, one more and I've lost. Okay, I'm making it back.
Hopefully.
Chop his legs.
Apparently you can't do that for this.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Not to worry, I can retry.
Oh, of course. Well, go ahead, Jova, in the meantime.
I'm
what you were
curious
saying.
what the cutscene would have been if Alex wins this one. Dibs?
Really, Alex? Bowling over your own sister on concrete?
Dibs?
Yeah?
I'm curious as to what the cutscene would have been if Alex wins, then.
He gets to hang out with his entourage again.
Oh! So if he wins, then he just goes back to being a dick. Which, wait, hold on. Wouldn't that contradict the cutscene where he and Kim are cool? Yeah.
Well, that happens quite a lot after. So...
Happens a lot later, so...
But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier. Like me and Tio mentioned, this game should have been included in Kim's campaign to make sense of stuff here and there.
And again, to give more content to Kim's campaign since it's already short.
Kim, Alex, are you trying to be Superman?
Hope you like Yaman.
Kim, he technically beat you the first time, so maybe you don't want to boast.
Yeah, but that didn't happen, did it?
Yeah, it never counted.
Remember, I retried it, so...
Oh, and let me guess.
Kim has the power to reverse time.
And let me guess, this does not please the entourage.
What are you guys on? I
What?
don't know, but I want some.
But yeah, again, this is kind of a thing. This was a bit of a problem in the first game where it felt like some scenes didn't have coherence, but this, unfortunately, does feel like something that could actually hurt the experience with them not ending in proper cutscenes to show Alex's devolving into this, especially seeing as how he's insisted that this wouldn't affect his performance.
Oh, now
it's
you're
recommending.
Whoa,
Danny.
holy cow, they're actually recommending Danny.
We're making
Wow.
progress.
It is a bit of a shame, though. I mean, again, it doesn't ruin the game as a whole for me, but I was hoping we'd just go upwards, but it feels sort of more like, well, kind of a roller coaster and an overall decrease in quality from that of the second game's story mode. I think the biggest thing is like, well, it feels like they had a bit of trouble trying to think, okay, how do we have these three plot lines running alongside each other but intertwine them well? Like, again,
And like we mentioned, while the writers are not credited, it's pretty much clear that these people, the people behind this kind of story, despite having some consultants from Bioware, they seem to be new in terms of writing.
Definitely, like
this
seriously,
kind of thing.
The lack of Dino and Gareth is weird. Okay, maybe it was their actors not returning, but I can't get over how weird it is that those two who were recurring figures just are gone. Like, and here's the thing: at least Dino gets a mention. Gareth, not even that. Even though
Dwibs mentioned that Gareth occasionally will post meme tweets. Oh, what is this?
The training music, so the tutorial music from the ABGN video game.
All right, let's try to say, okay, this game is diarrhea ass because it doesn't let you play the story in a logical manner. I can't think of a good ABGN analogy. Kind of rust on that.
Well, the game makes them for us. So.
Well, no, in a sense, I would rather have Alexander show a football at my ass than playing this. There you go.
Yeah, though, I mean, it's weird. And again, it feels like mostly they're focusing on how to intertwine Kim and Alex's story more than Danny's with anyone's, because a lot of Danny's stuff seems to happen mainly independent, and at most we've had, like, oh, an occasional, hey, Danny, from, like, Alex, and God, I don't think anything from Kim since that first bit. Which, maybe they're going about it like Alex is supposed to be the one connecting the two, but even in that regard, it doesn't feel like Alex has had as much an influence on Danny's plot as, say, he and Kim have had on each other's. So far, anyway. But all the same, though, it is weird pacing-wise.
Well, let's see how it ends. You got over 11 part things to fall in place.
Yeah, you know, maybe things will pick up.
We'll see what happens. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.